Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we preview Manchester City's trip to Elland Road 5:30 tomorrow night. Now, before we get into the video, make sure to like the video, leave a comment of how you think this game is going to go, and most importantly, subscribe. Now, the first thing that we have to cover in this game is that to the untrained eye, you may look at the Premier League table and see Manchester City in second place, see Leeds United in 15th place, and think this is going to be an absolute walk in the park for the team that are in a title race versus the team that are in a relegation battle. But as people who actually watch football know, that Elland Road is a very difficult place to go. The fans are up, and Leeds United have actually been a very, very hard team to beat this season. If we dive into their last 5 results, they do have a 4-0 loss at home to Arsenal in there, which seems to be the anomaly. They've taken points off Aston Villa and off Chelsea, both who are really fighting for that top 4, and they've beaten Nottingham Forest in a big, big relegation battle. So by no means is this going to be easy at all. Now, what Manchester City need to do is they need to get off to a very quick start. They can't allow the crowd to get into this game. They can't allow, God forbid, Leeds United to score first, as they are very astute at defending Leeds, like they did against Aston Villa, which took a last-minute equaliser from Tammy Abraham to even get a point for Villa. But that was a very, very well-earned point, and they were very, very good defensively. A very physical team with Calvert-Lewin up top, the likes of Stack, Ampadu, and Gruev in that midfield. This is going to be a tough, tough challenge and a potential banana skin for Man City. So we need to get off to a very quick start and ideally to score first. I think there are potential problems if we have a slow start, we can't get into the game, and we let Leeds get ahead first. That could be a big, big problem trying to get back into this game, because obviously these 3 points are an absolute must if we want to go on and win the league. Every game now matters. Every 3 points earned, every 2 points, 3 points dropped can be hugely, hugely consequential for who lifts that title at the end of the league. And it's very important that we put that pressure back on Arsenal before they host Chelsea on Sunday. Now, I think we're getting to the time in the season where Pep likes to keep his starting 11 pretty regimented. And I don't think we'll see a lot of changes in that main starting 11 in the important games from here on out. So I think we're going to see Donnarumma in net, the same back 4 as we've been seeing for the past few weeks, which has Aït-Nouri and Núñez as fullbacks, and then Ruben Dias and Mark Guéhi as the centre-back partnership, who have done so well and are really adding to that spine of the team. And I think it's going to be the same midfield again, with maybe one exception. You're definitely going to see Nico O'Reilly, Rodri in the 6, and Bernardo Silva in there. I mean, how can you displace any of those 3? You've got a Ballon d'Or holder in Rodri. You've got the man in form, the young kid on the block, Nico O'Reilly, who's bang in form right now, looking like one of the best players in the league. And Bernardo Silva, class is permanent. You can't displace this guy. But the one position I think is slightly up for grabs, and through no fault of his own at all, is Semenyo's position. I just wonder if Pep will think in a game like this to maybe start Cherki instead of Semenyo. It depends if he thinks to go for a bit more of a physical approach to the game, have someone like Semenyo who's just bang in form again and loves scoring goals, or if he thinks Cherki, someone a bit more of a playmaker, a bit more likely to sort of break down a low block would come in useful. Either way, I think both of them will see significant minutes in this game. And then we go back on to the top two in Marmoush and Haaland, which in my opinion is not up for debate at all at the moment. But as I sort of touched on, we're absolutely going to need big performances from the players, but especially the players that come off the bench. In my previous video, I mentioned about Phil Foden, Reinders, and Marmoush's impact off the bench. Marmoush is looking like a pretty solid starter right now, but you're still looking for contribution from Reinders and Foden off the bench. So in this last stretch of the season, you really want to see GA coming off the bench, Foden especially. We need impact from him. We need impact off the bench. Manchester City title-winning teams of the past had big goals off the bench. You had Gundogan's off the bench. Mahrez is off the bench. Game changers. We need Phil Foden, with all his experience in this squad, to be that. And Reinders, with a lot of pressure on his back, I think he doesn't get too much heat from sort of pundits and stuff like that. I think it's because Man City are doing well and we have a lot of good players. But this is a sort of £60 million signing, a guy in his prime, a guy who started very well at City and was touted to be the Gundogan replacement. Like, can we see that, please? Can we see some real impact and big moments from you if we want to go on to win the league? Now, Champions League draw starts in about half an hour, so there will be another video on that later today. So look out for that one. Let me know how you think this game is going to go from a Manchester City point of view. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.